Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm Amy.
And I'm Sarah. Today we're going to be discussing Quiet, Beautiful Things by Samantha Christy.
The first few minutes, we're going to do a brief review of the story without any spoilers. Then we are going to shift into a deeper book discussion that's going to include lots of spoilers, but don't worry. As always, we're going to let you know before we do shift into that deeper book discussion.
That's right. Amy, go ahead and tell us what the story is all about before we dive in.
A young man who learns he has a 4-year-old daughter will stop at nothing to provide her with the skills she needs to communicate. The young woman assigned to be his daughter's mentor and advocate quickly develops a connection with the man and his daughter. The single dad story has chemistry, swoon-worthy moments, and a male main character with the softest heart you'll ever see. Sarah, what did you think about Quiet, Beautiful Things?
I was intrigued by the story because it has a component to it that we have never discussed before. Finding out that he has a 4-year-old that cannot communicate in any way and having to navigate that was very intriguing to me. And I love a single dad romance.
Oh, me too.
I love a single dad romance.
I'm a sucker for that.
Yeah. But the story was it was very intriguing to me.
There's a learning component to this story that really had me engaged and intrigued. Just like you said, I felt the same way. All right, let's get into our ratings. Angst.
Okay, angst. This was a 1.5 for me. It wasn't overly angsty, but there was definitely some things that happened throughout that, kind of make you, what's going to happen?
I did a 1. There's an underlying story of suspense, but it is mostly drama more than suspense,
for sure.
Okay, humor.
This was just like a 1 for me.
Me too.
Yeah.
Not a comedy by any means, but there's some humor sprinkled
some chuckling moments.
Yeah. All right, spiciness.
Okay, I have to be clear on this. This is not because it's overly spicy, but I rated it a 2.5.
Okay.
And the reason
I'm intrigued.
The reason why I did that is because the male main character has a past, and his thought process is still a part of that.
That's true.
So just be warned, if that's an issue and stuff, know going in, this guy's going to think about stuff like every single chapter. Even if it's not happening, he's thought about it. And so, I was like, okay, so it's not because there's a ton of intimate scenes, because there's not.
Yeah.
It's more the
thought,
inner
dialogue,
the flirtation, the flirting that happens, but it's more his inner dialogue. There's a lot.
I did 1.5, so I was lower than you, but I can see your point of view, how the inner dialogue of the male main character.
Yeah, it's on his mind.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
All right, tears.
Tears. This was like a 2 to 2.5 for me, because there's some stuff that you're just like, as a mom, I can't even. As a parent.
Yeah.
So, there was
You do have that parental connection that I don't have. I was lower. I did a 1. There are definitely some sad moments in the story and at times that really tugged at my heartstrings. I teared up a few times, but it was more when I teared up, it was more in the sentimental moments than in the sad ones.
Yeah. I just kept thinking of how hard it would be for a 4-year-old to not be able to communicate with anybody. And then my mind just goes to a little girl of, what? We'll talk more about that in a deeper discussion.
That's fair.
There's some stuff, guys. It's emotional.
Yeah, it is. All right. Overall,
this was a 4. It was just it was one of those stories that I didn't expect. I didn't expect it to be what it was, I guess. And
I did 4.25. I loved the male main character and watching him evolve throughout the story, seeing him from the beginning of the story and kind of his involvement with the daughter and, of course, with the mentor and the connection that they have together. So that's why I gave it 4.25. All right, that concludes the spoiler-free quick review of the story. If you would like to continue the deeper discussion with us, simply click that link below, or you can open any podcast platform and search Post-Book Depression. We would love to connect with you on social media. You can find us on Instagram at Post-Book Depression Podcast, on Facebook in our Post-Book Depression discussion group, and you can also email us at postbookdepressionpodcast@gmail.com.